What's up guys? So for today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 different business ideas that you can start today. And these businesses can make you over $400 every single day. And if you're like most people, you probably want to make a lot of money, you want to travel a lot, and you also want to live in a nice house. And so you should probably start a business. So anyways, let's get into the 5 different businesses that you can start today. And thank you Clearco for sponsoring this video. So the first business that is probably one of the best is starting an Airbnb property management company. But anyways, let me explain how this works. So basically, Airbnb is a website that allows for anyone to rent out their home. And if you rent your home on Airbnb, there's going to be so much maintenance and work that you have to keep up with every single day, and most homeowners don't want to do it. And so as an Airbnb management company, you would take 20% of all earnings. So if the Airbnb made $100,000 in a year, you would profit $20,000. And of course, you would have to take care of everything, like you have to make sure the guest arrives on time and they're happy with the Airbnb, and if any issues happen, you have to be there for them. And of course, once they leave the Airbnb, you have to make sure it gets cleaned up for the next guest. So let's say you actually do want to start this business. What I would personally do is start off very small and just manage one Airbnb to start. And because you are starting a company, you do have to give yourself a name. So for example, I could call myself Sara's Property Management. And then you'd want to create a website for your business. I would use Wix.com. And if you have no idea how to design your website, I would highly recommend looking at the website lucky.ca. You can kind of use it as an example for your own. Now the next step, which is the hardest part, is to find someone who actually wants you to manage their Airbnb. So what I would personally do is contact a bunch of Airbnb owners in my local area, and I would just ask them if they need help managing their Airbnbs, and a lot of the time most of them will say no, but you will come across a couple people who might be interested. I also recommend running Facebook ads and targeting people in your area, and also you do want to put your listings on Craigslist. And the most important thing you can do for your business is advertise it for free on TikTok and Instagram. That way, if someone is searching for a property manager, they can come across your account. But honestly, once you get that first Airbnb and you start managing it, you're going to learn the ins and outs of the business, and it's going to get a lot easier from there. And the goal, of course, is to scale this business and get a bunch of Airbnbs to manage. For example, your company can become huge, and maybe one day you'll be managing over 100 Airbnbs. Now the next business that has a lot of demand right now is being a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant is just basically someone that helps business owners or anyone else with small tasks every day. For example, if I had a virtual assistant, I would just make them answer emails and also schedule all my meetings. And I would say almost every single social media influencer needs some help. And so if I were you, I would contact a bunch of YouTubers, people on TikTok and Instagram, and see if they need a virtual assistant. Another thing you can do as well is go to Fiverr.com and Upwork.com. And on these websites, you can basically advertise for free that you are a virtual assistant. And so if someone's looking for a virtual assistant, they're going to go on one of these websites and try to find one. And if they like you, they're going to email you, and hopefully you can start working for them. Now the next business you can start, which is very popular, is Amazon FBA. And basically how this works is you get to sell your own product on the Amazon website. So when an Amazon customer sees your product and buys it, you're going to make a profit. But of course, there is a step-by-step process which you have to follow, and I'll share it with you right now. So the first step is you have to find a product that you want to sell online. For example, you might want to sell this mini projector. And so now that you know you want to sell this product, you actually have to figure out where you're going to find it from. 99% of people use Alibaba.com, and I also do recommend that. So once you find your mini projector on Alibaba.com, the next step is you have to send that mini projector to the Amazon warehouse. And the best way to do this is just ask the Alibaba.com seller if they're able to do it for you, and they usually are. And so once the Amazon warehouse receives your item, they're going to go ahead and put your product on the Amazon website. And let's say a customer sees your Amazon product and they buy it, Amazon then ships out that product directly to the customer. And they also take care of customer service, so you literally do not have to do anything. And if you want to learn more about how this works, you can go to this website, which is Fulfilled by Amazon. And one of the ways you can be even more successful with this business is to also advertise the product yourself. So sure, Amazon is going to advertise the product for you since it is on their website, but if you want to make even more money, then I do recommend you advertise it yourself. And the best way to do this is create a TikTok account for the product, and just make sure you put the Amazon product link in your bio. For example, this TikTok account is doing that, and I bet they're making a lot of money. And honestly, you should be advertising this product on all social media platforms, so definitely try out Instagram and Pinterest as well. Now before we move on to the next business idea, keep in mind, in order to grow your business and be more innovative, you are going to need a good amount of cash available. I remember 4 years ago when I started my first business, it was almost impossible to grow because I had no money. And I know so many people struggle with this when they first start their business. But luckily for you, times have changed, and you now have the option to receive funding from Clearco to grow your business. And Clearco is the largest e-commerce investor in the world, and it helps people like you and me get funding to grow our e-commerce businesses. And the best part is means you'll still own 100% of your business. And it's super simple to apply for funding. You just have to fill out the information here. And they can offer you funding in less than 24 hours. So if you ever think you'll need funding to grow your business, I highly recommend checking out Clearco. And I'll have a link for it in the description of this video. Now moving on, the next best business idea is owning your own Airbnb property. And the reason I think this is such a good business is because owning one Airbnb in the right location can make you over $100,000 every single year. And even if you can't afford to buy an Airbnb property right now, you can obviously start saving up and prepare for the future. So anyways, let's talk about how you can be successful with this business. So of course, the first step is to come up with the money to purchase an Airbnb property. Most people will have to get a mortgage from the bank or a different lender. Now the next step is to find a real estate agent that can help you find a good property in the right area. Because ideally you want to find a property that can make you around $300 a night on Airbnb. And once you find the right property and put it on Airbnb, hopefully you can start making some good money. Now you are responsible to clean and manage the Airbnb yourself unless you do decide to hire an Airbnb management company. But realistically speaking, if you're charging $300 a night and your Airbnb is rented for 250 days out of the year, that's over $70,000 in revenue that your Airbnb makes. And even after expenses, that's still a lot of money. And if you want to scale this business and make more money, then you should start buying more Airbnb properties. Because of course, the more properties you have, the more money you're gonna make. And I plan to start my own Airbnb business very soon, and so I'll keep you guys updated. Now the next business idea that has a lot of potential is influencer management. So at this moment, almost every single influencer needs help responding to their emails, especially their emails for brand sponsorships. So for example, I guess you could say I am an influencer since I do have a following on TikTok and YouTube, and basically every single day I get new emails from different brands that want to sponsor me, and unfortunately it does get very overwhelming. A lot of the time I can't answer them and I end up leaving money on the table. And so that's where an influencer manager comes in, and they can help me by just answering all my emails. And so if you want to become an influencer manager, what I would personally do is email a bunch of YouTubers and people on TikTok and just let them know that you are going to answer all their emails for 10 to 15% commission. So for example, let's say a company wants to pay the influencer $10,000 for a video. If you answer that email and close the deal, you'll get a 10 to 15% commission, which is around $1,000 to $1,500. And if you want to make more money with this, another thing you can do as well is connect the influencer with different brands. What I mean by this is you can contact different brands and ask them if they're interested in working with the influencer. And let's say they're interested to work with the influencer and they pay the influencer $5,000 for a video. You should be able to take a 20% commission from that since you did bring the brand to the influencer. And if you keep on finding more and more brands to work with the influencer, you could end up making a lot of money. And there's so much demand for influencer managers right now, like I literally hired someone not too long ago. And if you want to learn more about some other business ideas and ways to make money, I'll link 2 videos right here. But that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.